F smash read, and then Manny just got some crazy good aerial priority, and we're seeing, and it went to game 3. So, Manny definitely got screwed a little bit by bracket, but he's doing pretty well with it. So we got a game. We got Quilly and Oblivion, I'm guessing.
Yeah, game of the psychics here. I would consider Rosalina to be psychic anyway. I don't think
so. She's definitely got magic. I would say psychic's a bit of a stretch.
And Luma down. This is Mew2's chance to get in there and do some fun.
Dare to Yif.
Not letting the poor lady land.
Yeah, if this were Project M, that tail would have hit. Tail was so ludicrously long in Project M.
Hey, we're not allowed to talk about that, man.
I know. Gimmer's going to kill me. All
hush,
right?
hush.
Gimmer's going to find me in my sleep and kill me. Whatever, dude. Cap out here. All right.
So Mew2 got some good damage in while Luma was gone.
Fast fall nair is pretty darn good. It definitely catches a lot more than it did. Early on, that move had a hitbox about as good as, the side of Meta Knight's sword. Definitely not optimal, and you had to be pretty close to his body, so it was pretty easy to challenge. Nowadays, you definitely see that as a pretty pivotal part of a lot of Mewtwo's play, especially with big names like Abadango out there really making, Mewtwo seem like a very, very good character. And I think seem is the wrong word there because he is quite good. You see all kinds of really good, combos into, what's the side B? Is that what's the one that's
Confusion.
Confusion.
Hypnosis. Disable, that's his down special.
Okay, so you see like Nair, footstool into disable.
Yep.
Or double jump cancel into disable, and then you can get a charge smash right into that, especially if they're at high percentages. And that's the kind of stuff that you really see, Abadango and other high-level Mewtwo's championing. So Nair is definitely a more pivotal part of that. Ooh.
Good recovery interception.
Yeah, definitely had Quilly on his toes there a bit.
But right now, he's just trying to build some of that delicious extra
credit. Shadow Ball stall his fall at all?
No, it doesn't.
It does not. He's just kind of doing
But he's just doing it. He's got some idle time.
That could have been a jab reset right there. Definitely missed that tech. I didn't know that move had any sort of downward hitbox, but, Sakurai likes to surprise you every day.
Now, Quilly's got his priority set straight He's got his priority set pretty nicely here. Going for that Luma whenever he gets a chance.
Look at that.
Whatever. Just waste a couple seconds of your life. Recharge it.
And he's definally throwing that fair out. That's going to be pretty important against a floaty character.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Fast falling pretty hard.
Up smash, yep. Saw that one coming. He's going to do it again.
Now, I'm not seeing, and maybe I haven't been paying enough attention to Luma, I'm not seeing a lot of the lunar landings and more, maybe I just haven't been paying enough attention. But that's where you start to see a little bit more of the safer usage of Rosalina's stuff start to come into play. Well, you're able to do more without putting yourself or Luma at risk as much.
Given the one platform, she doesn't really have much chance to do lunar landing, and Quilly's been killing this Luma pretty frequently. Like I said, he's got his priority
Quilly's
straight
definitely
here.
making killing Luma a pretty big priority.
Yeah, there it goes again.
On, just fair.
Luma
Luma's
making
back.
it. Saved by the platform. Rosalina's
up air here would kill. Up airs with Luma is very strong.
Oh,
no.
Doing the Quilly stuff there.
No.
Oh, there's that rando up smash he loves to do.
Nice punish from Oblivion.
But hey, 93%, that's nothing to sneeze at.
There, yeah. Oh, and fair's going to do it.
Poof goes the Luma.
JV2, wasting no time getting that fair out. We all knew that's how it's going to end anyway. So
I never liked that win pose of Mew2. It always sounds like he's burping.
Yeah, but he definitely has the best win animations, if you ask me. I think since he was the first DLC, and I think at the time they probably thought the only one, they were definitely like, hey, we're gonna make this character look good. No way.
What is this?
Real? Is this a real thing? Does
what
he
is
actually
this?
play this character?
Nah. I gotta remember myself to get a mic stand or something. I got some. You just need a mic. You just need a stick that has like one of these things.
Kappa. Kipo. I see Kipo. Kipo and all the variations of Kappa thereof, especially Kappa Ross, are among the highest in my tier list of Twitch emotes. I definitely like Jebaited. Jebaited is for sure one of my favorite emotes. By far the best one is People's Champ, no question. If you try and... What? Quilly. JV2. If you don't think the People's Champ is a really good emote, you can fight me, but we got a game 2 going on.
Completely different characters now.
Completely
what the heck?
different matchup. We went Dark Pit. I didn't know Quilly had one.
I didn't either. Maybe Manny tricked him.
And we got Oblivion now playing Sheik. So...
Hey, why not? Quilly does some weird stuff in brackets.
He does indeed do some weird stuff. He's still got that bird on his shoulder. I thought that stopped.
That bird has a name.
It's Raish, right, or Raz, whatever. However you pronounce the All Ghoul guy from Batman, whatever, dude.
That's Raish.
Is it Raish? That's what I thought. Alright, so back to this match. We got pretty even percents, but Sheik tends to have trouble killing, and against floaties that might not always be the case, but especially when you go deep like that, you know, that's a quick down air right there. That's spike food. But since now it's more even, so you're seeing a bit of a percent deficit on Dark Pit's side, which kind of makes up for the fact that it's going to take longer for Sheik to kill anyway. We all know that Dark Pit is just edgy Pit with worse arrows, okay? So we don't... Alright, so
you don't gotta be like that, man.
Yeah, you know what? He's definitely the biggest waste of a spot in this roster.
He's
close to Little Mac and Lucina.
Okay, yeah. Little Mac at least is original.
Yeah, but he's a waste of spot competitively. There's no benefit to having a character that's always going to tip or up smash.
Tiptoe.
I did not know that reached through the Dreamland platforms. I knew it did on Battlefield and Town and City. I did not know it did it on the thick-ass Dreamland platforms. So
I wonder if Oblivion knew that.
He may not have. He may
just pick the stage.
You know, a lot of people tend to ignore Dreamland if they're just playing friendlies. I don't know why. It's a great stage. People like to clap the music. Goes for a hard read. Oop.
Oop, turnaround, uppercut.
And on this particular stage, regular Pit side B most likely would have killed or at least done better, especially with no DI, because it sends you straight up and the blast zone here is incredibly low. If you were talking about melee Dreamland, it would be the exact opposite. You would be wanting the sideways hitting move and not the upward one. But for some reason, they decided to make it from the biggest to one of the smallest. I think the only one smaller than it is Town and City, as far as top-level blast zones are concerned.
Correct.
And we see a pretty big percent gap here. Like I said, it might not, you know, it's definitely giving Quilly room to catch up, especially now he's getting an up smash out. That's going to give him another 15-20% right there.
Again, he gets with that turnaround uppercut. Whenever he just messes something up, just turn around. Hey, here's my electro arm.
Yeah, but it's working for him. You know, he's definitely, you know, keeping knockback out. He's, you know, taking less percent, and more importantly, he's dealing more of it out.
Just keep this lady off the stage.
Lots of nair is going to be important here. Lots of fair. Anything really that Pit, or in this case, Dark Pit, wow, that was interesting. The Dark Pit can use to keep moves like, you know, with crazy disjoy, like Sheik's fair.
I want to say his, Dark Pit's dash attack's also good in his neutral.
Yeah, it would definitely outrange fair, especially because of the weird swipey motion. Hitboxes tend to be something I pride myself on as far as commentating knowledge. But I guess, I don't know. I don't think it would really matter. Although Quilly's up smash will definitely go right through the platforms here, so it would not surprise me if he utilized that, since Sheik does occasionally have trouble landing, especially if you're not utilizing fast fall aerials properly.
Don't think he's going to kill with it this soon, though.
Read. So we definitely have a lot of cultural representation here at Bar Wars, because not only are we playing Dark Pit, we are also playing Dark Pit. So he's 1/16th Cherokee, in case you were wondering.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. There's an even darker one too. There's super edgy Dark Pit. So you have edgy Dark Pit, and then you have one that looks, you know, straight out of magazine. So he's a real model. Good arrow, but Oblivion was able to air dodge properly. Definitely would have been a struggle for him to recover from that. Dark Pit's arrows tend to have a significant more amount of damage and hit stun than Pit's arrows, whereas you make the trade for maneuverability, which is what we saw with Gotham's Pit over there.
I love watching his arrow play, too.
Yeah, Gotham's definitely knows what he's doing as far as that goes. Stage control and arrow play are two things that Gotham's really does well. And we're definitely seeing airplay come into play here because, well, you know, Sheik's a very aerial-heavy character as far as combos are concerned. Bouncing Fish, one of her better kill moves, is an aerial. But to a certain extent, Pit's able to challenge that, and up air will kill. We did see a pretty high level of rage there for Quilly, and so that's it.
What was that?